Jim, tell us about Abazyme.
Okay, Abazyme's been around since 2004. We started out in our basement as a distribution company, and last year we moved into some lab space in Cambridge and are busy making reagents or things that people use in their laboratories every day to do their research.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, like what type of things for the non-educated?
Pharmaceutical we're talking about.
I know.
We make primarily what are called antibodies, and you may be familiar with antibodies because they are part of your own immune system, and
right.
They are part of how your body fights bacterial or viral infections. But we make them for research purposes, and so we have some special tricks that we use to make these in a very competitive way with that we believe is going to help us gain some market share. And
excellent.
So I correct to assume that you have some technical background.
Yeah, I have a PhD from Case Western Reserve in Cleveland,
right.
And have been in the biopharma industry ever since, and so I have specific training in the area of immunology.
And you're not in Kendall Square.
And we're not in Kendall Square.
The other part of town.
And your immunology, that's quite a controversial field the last few years, isn't it? There's just so much going on in it. I don't mean controversial in a bad way. I meant it's just there's so much activity going on.
Well, immunology is a really diverse field. There are people that are study allergy, for example.
Right.
There are people that study responses to tumor antigens. There are people that study all sorts of things, but they all use sort of common immunological tools to do that.
So, Jim, you're the founder and CSO.
Yes.
And next to you is the executive vice president, Amy.
And acting CEO.
Acting
actually.
Oh, okay.
Real boss, Rick.
I'm looking
That's
at.
right.
I didn't see that on the card.
No, need new cards.
Is she a good actress? She's acting CEO.
So actually, I have a technical background also, but have been on the business side of biotech for my entire career.
Ah.
So what's good about my background that complements Jim is that I think a lot about how we monetize his scientific ideas and products, and I think about marketing and strategic planning and things like that.
And like, who do you approach for your marketing? Is it mostly research companies, or who's your typical customer?
Our typical customer is a life science researcher, and that researcher can be in a government lab, a hospital lab, a biotech company, a pharma company. So the good thing is that we're focusing on our market in terms of people's job function and not where they work. So it's